joint use base with the military, owning and operating the airfield, and then we own about 365 acres on the airport of runway accessible property. At the time that we opened this airport to the public in 1997, we didn't have the facilities to handle general aviation. In 2008, our joint use agreement was amended, and we opened the airport publicly. So the building was designed in a way that was very open in nature, and it is quite open. It's only 5,000 feet, but it feels like 10,000 feet. We have about a 38-foot ceiling in here with a lot of glass. We did advise our consultants that we wanted to do a project that was efficient. Not necessarily LEED certified, but we wanted to make sure it was as efficient as possible. We have a number of elements here. We have office environment, we have a theater for the pilots, and then we also have a cafe. And we suspect that the cafe is going to require additional cooling because of what's coming out of the kitchen area. We have morning sun, which is not quite as hot, and then we have the evening sun, which can vary 40 degrees outside. So having the zone capability is really a big coup for us, and we like the efficiency of it, and I think the install was also very efficient.
This type of application has a lot of people coming and going, and so the loads are going to swing high and swing low. And the VRF technology, with its multiple inverter-driven rotary compressors, allows us to follow that load. This building, for example, will have days where there's a very high solar load in the morning, and so those rooms will go into cooling even in the middle of winter time, and that's no problem because we'll just cool those rooms, and then we're going to recover that heat and take it to the rooms that need heating at the same time. And so that gives us the ability to have maximum efficiency throughout the year.
And the other great thing about this is if we change the configuration or we have additional elements in this in the future, this is a system that can actually be modified and added to.
While they were still designing the facility, they had the option to place a dining room in its intended position, but also to change the offices around. There's certain offices that they want to use for offices at certain times, but then they also wanted to change them into media centers at some time during the terminal's life.
One of the things I was very impressed with was when carrier representatives were here when we were actually installing and working with the contractor who was installing the system.
My role in for Sigler is to once again support the VRF and DLS line, ductless splits, and I interact with the contractors on installing the equipment correctly, showing them the do's and the don'ts to make sure it's all installed the right way, because that is the most important fact of VRF is the installation. Everything went just perfect, and that all came from job site visits prior to installation, job sites visits during the installation to make sure each phase was done correctly, and sticking with the contractor, making sure he was up to speed on how things go together. You know, with a big joint effort, the job ended up turning out smoothly.
We completed the commissioning process, as I said, in July. This is now November 15th. And we've had no follow-up for any maintenance, glitches whatsoever. We've had no problems with this facility. If anything, if there was one item to pick about what surprised me about the system is, as much as anything, it was the ease of the installation and the ease of the use.
The biggest thing that shocked me in the system is the incredible flexibility. Just walking around and looking at the system and going, where's the thermostats? I need control of my own office. And I was actually pretty nervous about that. But in fact, the zoning gives me greater flexibility than, say, an independent thermostat. The representation that we got from carrier and the instructions that we had and the descriptions of the whole system was unparalleled. We still have communication to this day, and they constantly contact me to make sure that I'm happy with the system. So the customer service is just fantastic.